Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to your Pisces full moon reading. And this full moon is going to be happening on September 20th around 5:54 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So depending on where you're at in the world, that's going to be when it's going to be at its fullest. And I love that this one's called the autumn moon, because whatever moon is closest to the autumn equinox, that one gets to have the title and wins the title of autumn moon. And since the autumn equinox happens on September 22nd, this one obviously is a couple days away. So that is why it's the autumn moon. So a little tidbit of fun information there. And I love that we're coming into this Pisces full moon following 2 consecutive months in Aquarius, with Aquarius full moons, 2 in a row. And those bring in this energy of hopes and dreams, of building community, assisting the whole collective in its evolution towards unconditional love. Now, that can also put us into this sort of a stagnant dream state where we're daydreaming off in the future about this is what we want, and we may not take action toward it. But what's beautiful is this Pisces full moon brings in a perfect balance between the dreaminess and the dreaming and looking into the future, but also taking practical steps towards our goals. And it's also, of course, with it being Pisces, it's a time of deep emotions. Full moon alone has deep emotions. And so definitely when you bring in Pisces into it, you do have a very expanded, explosive, emotional type energy. That also means the veil will be extra thin between the physical world and with our spiritual companions, our spiritual posse on the other side. So if we are unsure of the next steps we want to take, those practical steps, or we need advice, Spirit is waiting for, to give us the answers, to answer our questions, give us guidance, and all that. Also, next month we'll be having a full moon in Aries. So Aries brings in a lot of, drive and ambition and inspiration. So we'll have a lot of extra energy to funnel into our progress on those practical steps, but also keeping in mind that Pisces, that's the end of the zodiac, kind of cycle, and we're starting a new one. So that can also bring in some possible revisions and alter our course a bit. So something to keep in mind as we're going forward. Now, the last new moon in Pisces was back on March 13th of this year. So, when you look at the new moon, full moon cycles, it's about 6 months apart-ish, give or take a couple weeks, a few weeks. And so beyond the monthly phase, kind of moon phases, we have this large 6-month moon phase that happens. And so whatever was planted and kind of started at the new moon in Pisces, this full moon is the climax of that stuff. And then we start to, kind of wane back to the new moon, the next new moon in Pisces, which will be down, further down 6 months-ish from now. So back then, if you look back around March 13th, you might see that you were encouraged to kind of take this leap of faith, have this courage to share a dream, or you were harnessing, extra creativity. There's this huge energy around it about taking this movement forward or forward movement. And so now is the time to revisit the plans we had back then, our dreams, whatever it was, and see what alterations we now want to make, what changes we want to make to those plans. What are we ready to let go of that no longer, is needed, no longer serves our, possibly altered dream, especially as we move into the Aries full moon. So for this reading, what we're going to ask is, what does Spirit want us to know about next steps? And so we're going to go ahead and jump in for your reading right now. All right, my Taurians, this is your reading for your full moon in Pisces. And since we're asking Spirit what their advice is on for your next steps, why not ask the birds? These are the bird message oracle cards here. We're just going to see what bird is going to bring you information about this full moon period. Okay, well, nope, not two. Sorry, that's my bad there. Butterfingers. All right, Spirit, what would you like to know? What bird has a message for our Taurians, please? And if you find feathers too, definitely that's a sign from the other side, from whether you're angels, guardians, spirit, loved ones on the other side. Just know that they're not coming to you by accident. And you've got the Roman tuft goose, and it says, take heed of those who give warnings. So definitely, it is, as you're making plans and making practical steps towards your dream, keep your eyes open and don't just shush away any cautious advice or any, like I said, any warnings that come from people. Be aware of the signs, and just during this 3-week period, just pay real close attention as you're making the plans, and look for those synchronicities, because you'll get like a message here and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll put it on the shelf, and then it comes from a different source, from another source, and you get like from several different places the same information, and you're like, I think someone's trying to tell me something, and they are. So let's see what else comes with these gooses. I know it's geese, but I like saying gooses. This is the Roman tuft goose, okay. Sorry, they're not in alphabetical order. Let me just find them here. There we go. So goose, our devoted guardian, is sacred to Juno, queen of ancient Rome's capricious deities. And once she lived in Juno's temple, sited on the top of Rome's important Capitoline Hill. In 390 BC, Gaulish marauders dared to approach this temple sanctuary and arrived so silently that neither guard nor dog awoke. But clever goose alerted them with loud honking, and Rome was saved. Goose has lived with humans for thousands of years, not only in our farms, but also in our homes. For territorial goose, like dog, is our protector, our friend, our guard against those who would do us ill. Goose pecks our enemies hard with her strong orange beak and honk insistently until we heed her. If Goose has arrived in your cards, it's to counsel you to heed the warnings of others. Like Goose, they warn you from the wellspring of friendship, and their words do not lie. So I like that, definitely. So heed warnings and heed advice. I know with being Taurans, you're very well grounded because you're earth signs, you're the earth element, and thus can be a little stubborn, right? Hey, I know, I have Taurus brother, and I'm stubborn too. So we understand what stubbornness is. But, sometimes we were like, oh, I know what's best. It's okay. Blah, 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 whatever. But you really, during especially these 3 weeks, the week before the full moon, up to the 2 weeks after the full moon, pay close attention to the warning signs, because it is for your benefit to listen. We're also going to pull some cards here from the Fairy Tarot. And I'm going to pick 3 different cards, one representing the week before the full moon, one the week after the full moon, and then the third one will be 2 weeks after the full moon, just before the next new moon that's coming. All right, Spirit, what do you want them to know about the first week before the full moon? Okay, all 3. Gotcha. They are being efficient today. So you've got the 4 of spring, which is the 4 of wands, and this is like very much a celebration type of card. It usually means like a wedding or an event in the external world, or it's about having this attitude of gratitude from within as well. So it says, be grateful. You have much to celebrate, deep feelings of peace and happiness, contented personal life. So yeah, definitely the Four of Wands is this beautiful, solid energy, because fours are like four strong table legs holding the strong table. So you do feel the week before the full moon, you have this confidence and you feel you have so much to celebrate, have so much to be grateful for, and that is great. And it's totally about focusing on the gratitude for what you do have. Even when warnings and all this come, it's like, don't worry about the other foot falling and taking it all away. Just be aware while you're in it. Don't be so enamored and so confident, and because of all the stuff is coming in, that you become overconfident, right? It's a beautiful balance. Gratitude with humility, not gratitude with arrogance, is what I feel. And then the week after the full moon, you've got the Chariot. So yeah, definitely a beautiful card here. It's about making decisions, success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. So again, beautiful recognition of, celebrating the accomplishments. Don't wait until, such and such, then I'll celebrate and be happy. It's like, celebrate each beautiful step you're making. Don't just celebrate the entire journey, because that will wear you out. I always have this picture of they used to have like a carrot in front of a donkey to make it go. But if you never give the carrot to the donkey, eventually they are like, screw the carrot, I'm going to stand here. But also, if you wait so long, that carrot becomes moldy and gross and withered, and it's no longer edible. It's kind of gross. It loses its your desire for it. It loses, what I'm trying to say. It loses its, whatever that is. I'm trying to say, like, it's not desirable anymore. So it loses that, drive to obtain that thing. So it is very important to do that. It is about, and it's about victory, and it's about really this external victory. And so this is a lot about this external things that are happening for you during this period here. And we'll dig more in here as well. But then the second week after the full moon, you've got life experience, number 16. This says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. And this is like the Tower card is what it normally is. And what the Tower card brings is this beautiful message that when something's removed from your life, just know that it's being removed for you. Because there's this wonderful story that comes with this tower, in that before you came down here, you as a soul in the heavens, along with all your backup crew, everyone that's going to support you from the spiritual realm and the side, met and go, okay, this is when I'm going to be born, when I'm going to enter this game, and this is the avatar I'm going to be. This is what I'm going to look like, my strengths, my opportunities, blah, blah, blah. How like when you go play a video game and you choose what character you're going to be and select all that stuff. And then you're like, and this is when I'm going to leave the game. And then here's all the experiences, or all the different levels I want to achieve while I play this game, of this life, for this life experience. These are all the experiences that I want to have throughout this life. And within each, so those are kind of like fated events. These are the fated things in our life that all these things are going to unfold and they're going to happen. But our human character, our avatar, can still choose within each of those experiences whether they're going to choose an extreme emotion of fear or an extreme emotion of unconditional love, or something in between. So you still choose the experiences. You choose the story that you put around every event as you go through it. Well, when this Tower comes, that means like there's this thing in your life. It's either a relationship or a situation like a job or some sort of circumstance you're in, or something physical in your life, like a home or car or money or something, right? And so you have this, and in the whole scheme of things, if this stays in your life, you won't be able to experience these other things that you've wanted to experience. So at one point, when you're getting close to this, this will be removed for you. If you are in connection and listening to the spirit realm, and which means you're not in fear, you're not in all that noise of the outside world, but you're really centered, as you can do very easily because you're Taurans, that earth energy, you can ground yourself very easily, come out of the storm and connect and be at the vibration and the frequency of which spirit talks to us, which is of unconditional love and peace and joy and laughter. So if you're up there listening to that, you'll hear the countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 before the lightning hits the tower to remove it out of your life. And you can choose to remove it yourself. A lot of times the tower card in other tarot decks will show someone getting blasted out of the tower or someone jumping out of the tower. And these are when you're jumping out of the tower. So the message that comes with this, is that awareness of that story is that your life is not an out of control drama train about to jump the tracks and fall down into a gorge and burst into flames. It's more of a monorail that is connected. It can't leave the track, and it has a smooth ride, and it stops at its specific times at the specific locations that it's going to, and then things will be removed out of your life when they no longer serve you, and when it's part of your life experience, right? And so this is like this third week, you do have something that's removed from your life. You've got this beautiful, beautiful, gratitude, 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 victory, victory, victory. And then something gets removed, and don't let that take away this gratitude and this thankfulness, because you can be thankful that this is being removed for you. It's like that country song, I thank God for unanswered prayers. It's like whatever's being removed, you'll find out later that it was for your best experience here and for your best life that's more in tune with who you wanted to be and what you wanted to experience in this life. Okay? And then we're going to, and it's synchronistic to 7, and then 16, 6 plus 1 is 7. So victory, 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 and a choice to be thankful. And same here. This one is like, oh, this is all this beautiful things matching up to what I wanted. And like, wait, this is an unexpected change I wasn't expecting, of course, because that's what unexpected means. Duh. And, but you can still be like, okay, you know what? I'm going to choose to be grateful for that. I'm going to also pull from these everyday tarot and see what else Spirit wants you to know. What does the Creator want you to know about this 3 weeks? All right, for this first week here, all this celebration, what gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. What else do you want them to know about this beautiful gratitude here? Okay, anything else? No, just this one. Yep, so you got 6 of Pentacles. So beautiful. This is all about being able to give and receive. And it's, I really feel like with all this celebration and everything that you have here, you have a lot coming into your life, and you have a lot to be grateful for. And I really feel that you give, and it's time that you can give to yourself too. So don't be afraid that, with all this bounty that is happening, all this wonderful things that you're able to celebrate you, don't just, I kind of feel like, this is this is just an example. It's a general reading, so it's going to be different for everyone. But I kind of feel like your business did really well. And so you throw a party, or you throw some sort of event, or you do something special to show everyone you appreciate them. But you didn't do anything special for you. You're just like, oh, but that makes me feel good and just giving. It's like, yeah, and it's great, but you also get to receive. So if someone gives you a thank you gift, and people are like, it's boss's day, and they give you something wonderful or something like that, don't dismiss it. Allow yourself to receive, because you deserve to receive as well. And then, of course, if you're on the other side where all you do is give to yourself and don't think of others, this is a good reminder. Don't forget the people who helped you get you there either. All right. And then this, again, another victorious week after the full moon, just feeling like you're on top of the world and that you're, the choices you're making are bringing you wonderful benefit. And your external world is just being wonderful. Okay, these two here. Yeah. So you got Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles is the outside world. It's your abundance, and so this is about new opportunities, new things coming to you in the outside world. So you just kind of feel, think of this as a giant coin. You feel like you're just being gifted, these amazing opportunities. And yeah, you definitely deserve them because the choices that you made to get there. But also, you continue to be grateful for it. So the more grateful you are for things, the more it comes to you. Yeah, because you have the Three of Pentacles, which is about that you are building something beautiful and amazing. And you've got your support here. You've got these individuals here that are there to help you. And it's kind of about community. It's kind of about joining together with others. So this can be like collaborating with other individuals, and especially with there being two here. It's like this choice. You have a choice to be not just have one horse, pulling your chariot. You have a choice to have two, and that helps you even move things along even further. So I feel like there's this opportunity to come up, but remember the warnings. Remember the goose and the geese sounding alarms. So trust the alarms. If you're like, oh my gosh, you're telling someone, this person that I'm going to collaborate with, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, I don't know if I would do that. I've heard some things about them and stuff. And you're like, oh, and even though, it's something that you want to do, and I feel maybe this is the Tower that you're like, something that is not good for you gets removed out of your life. So, but definitely consider those. And, but again, always heed the warning of these geese. And then what is this? Yeah, let's find out about this Tower. I know that's what I would want to know is like, what is this Tower about? What is that got? What's going to be removed? What kind of thing, but don't be scared because again, it's for you. It's not happening to you. So no matter what it is, you can, go with the flow. Yeah. And here 7. So you got 7 of Cups. And so this was a 7, this was a 7. So definitely a lot of synchronicity here. And Cups are emotions. And so it's like all these options, all these ways to feel about whatever is going on. And just know it can be confusing at times when the Tower is happening. I know it triggers a lot within, but just know that you can choose gratitude. Feel what you want to feel. Don't resist it, but flow through it and try to breathe. When you see your tower burning down, you just stand there and watch it and breathe and allow it to do its course, and knowing that, like a phoenix, something has to, fall to the ashes for you to rise, for that new thing to come from it, which will be much healthier and more enduring and more in line with what you're wanting. Yeah. And you have the Hanged Man here. And this is a lot about, it's funny, this is like almost like the Tower in a way, because I was just reading like earlier this morning about the Hanged Man, and one of the examples they give on like a perception of this is like, think of it as like they actually have like a branch with a cocoon, and so this is like a butterfly. You're hanging upside down in a cocoon, and you go through this caterpillar experience in the cocoon where you start to dissolve old ways of thinking, old ways to go away, to become something even more beautiful and better, which is the butterfly. But it requires the caterpillar to be dissolved. The majority of it is gone. Only really the middle piece is kind of like a little bit of the caterpillar that's left, and the rest of the wings are what was destroyed and dissolved from the body to form the wings. And so, I really feel like, think of this tower as this hanged man, where it's this period of time where you just hang there and you let nature take its course. You let this take its course, and then what evolves from it is something even more beautiful. In fact, it doesn't just, you don't have to crawl on the ground anymore. You get to see and fly as a butterfly, and you get to see things from a higher perspective. You get to go places you wouldn't have normally gone before if that tower would have stayed. And not like we talked about, you wouldn't have been able to go and do anything different than you were. You'd only be able to wander around in here. But with this removed and you become this butterfly, you flutter, and are able to, again, go places that you normally wouldn't have been able to go. So I love that for you. It's beautiful. And while we're talking to your messengers from the other side, we're going to pull a card here from this guardian angel deck and just see what your guardian angel wants you to specifically know about this period of time here as well. Sorry, these are heart-shaped cards, so they are a little interesting. It's different to shuffle them. No, not those. But yeah, your guardian angel is someone who's been with you all along, since your soul was created, will be with you for the rest of your life. And I like showing this because it is a great message letting you know that you are never alone, that you have this large expanse of beings of unconditional light on the other side that are there supporting you along your way. You've got the Creator, you've got Spirit, you've got your guardian angels and angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones who've been here with you and have already returned back home. You have your ancestors, just a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light supporting you. So just know you're never alone. They don't mess with your free will, like we talked about with the tower, all those experiences. They don't mess with it. They don't mess with your life unless you ask them to come in and give you messages, synchronicities, and you ask them questions. Because you're doing it of your free will, they're able to help, but not until you ask. And you got the creativity, which is beautiful. And that says, we, your angelic messengers, are here to help unleash the endless creative potential that you possess. Listen to the whispers of love inside your heart as we communicate with you through feeling and emotion. Let go of fear and apprehension and express the endless source of creativity you possess. Have fun and allow the inner child within you to express your true essence. All is valid. I love that. Yeah, definitely stay playful, allow creativity to come, and don't, limit yourself. Yeah, definitely, as you're making choices and looking at things, don't limit the possibilities. Allow yourself to be creative. Connect to your inner creativity. And then lastly, I'm going to pull a card here from the Whispering Woods, because this is very woodsy. I just felt with the fairies and the birds, I was really drawn to these. And this will be the final message for you from Spirit on this full moon period here. What's your final message for our Taurians, please? Okay, right here. There you go. Adventure. Live wild and free. So definitely enjoy this adventure. Let this life experience be an adventure, and don't let it become work. Blah. But beautiful, beautiful little, full moon and Pisces period here. Just know as you go through each and every moment of every day that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and I love you too. Have an amazing full moon experience, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you soon. You take care.